go. Got it. Yay. Hi, folks. We are live on the Node.js Technical Steering Committee of the 11th of May, 2022. So welcome, everybody. I am joined here with the rest, a good bunch of the TSC crowd. Yeah, let me actually do a tweet about it. So join the TSC meeting, on YouTube. Here we go. Yay. Perfect. Okay. So let's start with a little bit of the announcements. So first announcement is that the NodeConf EU call for proposals is now open on Sessionize, and also early bird tickets for the conference are on sale if you're willing to come to the conference and not speak. Of course, speakers have travel and accommodation covered. So yay! Please note collaborators. Send your proposals. You almost always have the best speakers. I also want to congratulate to Livia Mendeiros, as she's now one of the new collaborators. Congratulations. Okay, and for the new to be part of us. So welcome. Now, let's start with our usual. Does anybody have any other announcements to make? Cool, amazing. Let's start with the issues at hand. So the first issue that we're going to cover is issue number 43014. Revert the change of network interface family from string to integer. This is this change is actually important, so that we take a look, because essentially it's a breaking change. Okay, because we did a December major change on node 18 that is being caused to be true breaking, and now we are wondering if it's better if we should revert. There has been various number of issues opened on that one. I actually feared when those December major changes were proposed that personally that would cause the problem. Okay, massive breakage, but I don't know. Canary in the gold mine turned out fine. So I don't know. We probably need to add a few more modules there to cover it. Okay. So I don't know. Is there anybody that have a good opinion on that topic? Maybe Antoine, you put the changes in, so you might want to talk about them. The revert. You also opened the revert. So.
Yes, the original change was about to harden the DNS function, because previously it would accept anything for the family, and we wanted to throw if the family was not a number, but that caused some incompatibilities with the net modules, which turns out as unforeseen consequences. And the revert is also breaking, so it has landed in 18.0.0 and 18.1.0. So we can guess that not many folks have depend on the new behavior, but still it's a breaking change. And yeah, the community feedback so far seems to be on the side of we should revert. Yeah, if you're talking, I can't hear you.
The plan is, even if it's tagged as a December major change, it needs to land on node 18.
Yeah, the TSC should vote that it lands on node 18. Otherwise, I don't think it makes sense to land it at all. It should either embrace the change or the revert. Okay, go ahead.
I have a question. Yeah. Is it the whole PR or it? So most of the complaints are about the family attribute on the network return network interface object, and it wasn't clear to me from the PR whether that was just a small part of the PR or whether it's all so intrinsically linked that we would have to revert the entire change. So I understand the deprecation was for setting that value as if you were passing it into like the options object, but it seems to have had the whole PR seems to have also affected that return, the type of that field in that object, and that seems to be the one that's caused the breakage in the ecosystem. And I'm guessing the question is it too complicated, for example, to keep most of the change, but to change to restore that particular bit, that family attribute on the network interfaces object back to the string that it was before, or is it so intrinsically linked with the entirety of the PR that it is an either or, revert everything, or keep it as it is in 18 at the moment?
Yeah, I have a PR open on that. I'm not sure if you're referring to that. So what this PR does, it reverts the change of like from an integer back to a string, and it changes also the DNS.lookup to accept the string IPv4 or IPv6.
So I'm guessing the question is, have we seen complaints about the setting versus the sort of getting?
No, yeah, it's only the getting. I think that's really the problem.
Yeah,
because either folks are trying to make an equality comparison to see if it's IPv4 v6, or they're using dot slice or string related methods. So yeah, I've tried to keep the change as minimal as it can be.
Okay.
I have not captured all of that in the minutes. So if you folks can, Richard, write down your paragraph and stuff, that would be great, because I have not. Okay, so I have totally not. Okay. Cool. Okay. I don't think there is any problem with this. Okay. So is there any decisions that we need to make apart from that? Should we bring it to GitHub and just land it normally? Or what's the exact question, Antoine?
Yeah, we need a TSC vote on whether or not it's okay to land the revert on 18.
I don't think we need a vote. We just need, but we don't have quorum here today. So
yeah, that's right.
I'll keep it, but we need to move fast, to be honest. So I'm going just to post it at today's meeting. We did not quorum. Does anybody from TSC objects this? Okay. I asked and so on. Okay. Matteo. You're lacking quorum. Okay. Perfect. I don't think there is anything else to discuss on this topic. I think we are, does anybody on this call object to not do that? Okay, I assume not. Anyway. Cool. Okay, so let's move to the next topic, which is auto close old stale PR. Open by Michael. I'm not familiar with this issue, so the issue is about PRs that are older than 1 year. It's close. That's the question. And sorry, older than 1 year, no comments in the last 6 months, close. And then PR older than 1 year, no comments in the last 5 months, yeah, comment and then close. Yeah. Is there anybody that has? Yeah. As it does, there is one objection from Jordan about it. So I don't know if you can just want to chime in on GitHub, and if you just want to say something about it. Otherwise, we can move to the next one. I don't see any. If you could just voice and says that you are +1 with the proposal. No, doesn't seem. Antoine, maybe you're speaking, maybe not. I don't know. Cool, perfect, folks. So that's great. Okay, so the next one is issue 428104, which is they make it possible to fetch with proxy and other agents. Okay. This is an open question. To be honest, we came to a resolution to this. So I think I can just remove the TSC agenda tag. The fixes have landed for this issue has landed in Undici. They will probably require some documentation work, but the feature is there, so people could essentially use custom dispatchers, custom Undici dispatchers with fetch. So basically, they can install Undici separately, and that will bring it up. So yeah, I will open up. I will land it. I will do a Undici release, and then maybe Michael, can you do the Node PR?
Well, there's actually a GitHub action to do it, so I can click on the button to trigger
okay.
it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know that we had. Fixes landed on Undici. Yeah, we'll issue a release today, and then Michael to update it on Node.js. Okay.
And is that going to be the final answer, that people will have to install Undici separately, or we plan to expose the agent somehow?
I don't know. It's going to fix the problem for now. So that fixes a few other issues that we have with Undici. So this seems to be the right answer right now, but we should probably revisit it before graduating it to support it.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so Michael, today to Node.js, is this going? And okay, next one, Antoine, it's the vote on parse args. So
yeah, still ongoing.
we got vote results?
So not everyone has voted yet. Some people on the call have not cast a vote. So if you want to do that, that'd be great. I think that there's like half of the TSC that has voted, which means we can close it. But yeah, if you want to vote, please do it.
So we kick it down one more week.
Yeah, pasting the link to the PR. Who wants to take care of that? It's a really quick vote. You just have to decide whether we want this API to remain util or what is processed.
Cool.
Thank you. I'd like to just make a comment about those voting pull requests. I think it would be nice if the voting options were somewhere in the PR, so that we know what are the options before actually running the command.
Yeah, okay. Can make that. If you click on the first commit, you can read them, but yeah, got it. It would be easier in the OP. All right, thanks for the feedback.
Okay, so next one is rename default branch from master to main. Do you know if there is any update on this? It's a very old one. So
there is. We renamed one repository.
Oh, really? Okay, so yeah. Look, it's we need to celebrate our victories. Okay.
No, Michael and I have been knocking out some of the build repositories. So we've done. We did the unofficial builds repository this week. No, sorry, last week. Week just gone. We are planning to do the build repository next week. After the next set of releases that are due out. I think it should be okay, but I'm always a bit cautious when it comes to changing something in build. But yeah, that is a bit of update for that one.
Which repo exactly were updated?
The unofficial builds, Node.js / unofficial builds. That's where we shunted some of the platforms that we don't sort of regularly test build in releases. So things like the pointer compression build is an unofficial build, and the Moozle based build is there.
Amazing. Hooray. Okay.
Michael's got his hand up.
Yes, I just wanted to say that GitHub released a new feature that's actually really good for us here. Because it removes one of the concerns about renaming the branch. So with that feature, it's now possible to completely block the creation of a branch by a name or pattern. So after renaming the main branch in Node, we can make the rule to forbid the recreation of the master branch. So nobody can push it by mistake.
I have enabled it. I haven't tried to test it. It seemed to indicate that if you were an admin, you could still push to the branch, even with the branch protection rule. So I don't know. Maybe I need to create like a test repo and try out there or something. But yes, there are branch protection rules that you can now enable but it seemed to sort of suggest that if you were an admin, you could bypass that rule. And I don't know if you get a warning or a question mark if you try it, or whether it just allows you to do it.
But that's the case even if you include administrators in the rule.
I didn't include anyone in the rule. It's just when you look at it, it tells you that people with I can't remember the exact wording, but that the wording is to the extent that, you know, repository owners or admins can still push to well, the branch restrictions, it seems to suggest that only people explicitly allowed or org owners would be allowed to push to the branch. So it's better than nothing, because obviously it would prevent the collaborators that aren't owners from pushing to branches.
Yeah.
But there may still be a small, you know, it may not prevent a TSC member, for example, from accidentally pushing.
Yeah, but I guess we can easily test that in another repository.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably what we should do. But yeah, it is good. You know, we should enable that when we do renames anyway. But just a sort of warning that it may or may not. I guess one of us will test it afterwards. It may or may not sort of prevent owners from pushing.
Should we get a volunteer to actually test it on a repo that's not Node.js/Node?
Yeah,
I can do it. Yeah.
I can do that.
I think, yeah, let's go. Thank you.
Since
Anatoli
there is an
wants to
included
promote.
administrators. I think there is an included administrators checkbox even on that feature, so it should be able to protect against administrators too.
Did you test it, Nikita, or something you've seen on the UI?
No, I have not tested it. I can test it right now.
Okay. Thank you.
So who will test this and report?
Michaël.
Yeah, I will.
Matteo, could you promote Anatoli?
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, sorry. Amazing. I didn't see him. Let me, Tobias, promote you to co-host so you can do this. You want to co-host Rome, Tobias. So Anatoly arrived. Great. Amazing. Okay. So now we are back to everybody's favorite topic, which is the OpenSSL 1.1.1 end of life date. And I know it's
yes.
everybody's favorite topic because, you know, it's what it is. Okay, it's just something that nobody wants to deal with, but we have to. So I don't think there is much to. I don't know, Richard, want to say anything? I think we can just approve this.
Just a short update. I'd like to sort of punt a decision by another week. I'm having some talks inside Red Hat to explore a possibility. It's not a firm commitment or anything, but there's a possibility that perhaps there might be an avenue where we would be able to pick up, say, for example, the OpenSSL that's maintained within Red Hat or Red Hat 8. I am told that the sources are being pushed somewhere, so I need to locate them and then see if they're suitable as a replacement for what we have. But even then, there are question marks over sort of, you know, the actual sort of official supported statement of that. So it's supported for RHEL, but it's just to see if we have another option before pulling that trigger. We have had a bit of pushback regarding moving the dates of an LTS release, but yeah, it is what it is. So I'd like to just push the decision back by a week, but revisit it in, like I said, the next meeting.
So, and is exploring if Red Hat would be willing to provide the support for the months that are missing. It is supported in RHEL 8, if I understand correctly.
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, and wait another week before making the decision. Okay. So next one up, there is a chair election for the Node.js TSC's chair election. So it's the dates are that call for nomination is May 9, call for nomination. Currently, there are 2 people that have been nominated that are that nominate themselves. So Michael Dawson is running again as TSC chair. I put my name in the hat for the vice chair position. So we still have 4 more days for more nominations. Please apply so somebody else can do the vice chair role, please. So at least we can vote on something. If not, it's also fine. But I don't know. It's just weird to call for votes if you're running. So anyway, I'm flagging the fact that we have a vote coming. And I don't know. I don't think there is anything else to say here. So. Is there anybody that have questions or anything? No? Okay, great. Let's move to V8 currency. So, Michael, would you like to say something about V8 currency?
Yes. So I looked at the schedule for V8 10.2, which we currently have on master, and which is the version that reintroduces Windows 32-bit support. So it will be stable in about 2 weeks, and the next release of Node 18 will be in 3 weeks. So that's good. That gives us time to include it. And another thing about this version is that according to the Chromium schedule, which I pasted in the notes, it will be the version of V8 present in an LTS release of Chrome OS. And I don't really know about how Chrome OS is managed, and especially its LTS support. But if we look at the schedule, the last version of V8, which was supported, which was included in an LTS version of Chrome OS, was version 9.6. So it's not very often. And so I'd like to ask here what you think about maybe locking this version of V8 in Node 18, and so we can actually benefit from Chrome OS LTS support.
I think it sounds like a good idea in the absence of more information about what LTS support for Chrome OS means.
Yeah, I don't really know what it means, but as one of the people who have access to some security reports for V8, I see sometimes, even in the last week, I saw messages about version 9.6, which is the previous LTS of Chrome OS. So they definitely maintain it.
Yeah, it sounds like a promising idea to pursue then. I mean, with a release hat on, less V8 versions we update to in Node 18, probably the easier it will be to maintain. I know you do a really good job of keeping V8 updated in all the release lines, but yeah, it would avoid things like having to work out ABI compatibility for new V8 versions.
Yeah, and as you saw, maybe you remember, they already bumped the version of ICU that is needed for the next version of V8, and if I don't need to try to make it compatible, it would be nice.
Yeah, so I'm in favor of keeping the version V8 to that version when it's available in Node 18. It would be good, not blocking, but it might be nice to try and find more information about Chrome OS's long-term strategy, whether we can maybe align future releases on particular V8 versions or something.
Yeah, I don't know with who we can talk about that, but I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree as anybody could. I agree. It seems a good idea, but I leave these to people that have more. Essentially, I will follow whatever you recommend. Okay, so my take is that we don't update V8 on LTS releases very often anyway. So it's seems a good time. It will probably be a couple of 1 or 2 versions back compared to what it could be at the end when V18 enter LTS, right, Michael?
Yes, definitely. So, I don't know when it becomes LTS, in October, I think.
Yeah. October.
Yeah, it's more than 2 versions. It's 5 versions.
So 5 versions. Okay, so that's
now it's 1 version every month.
1 version every month. So, okay, this means. Okay, let me write this down. Does this mean?
But to be clear, the next version that will be in an LTS Chrome OS is going to be released in end of November, and yeah, it might be very difficult to get to that version in Node 18.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I mean, so we could decide to not go with the latest support, long-term support version, and that's it.
Yeah, we could stop at any point, yeah, like we did before.
Exactly. Okay. We will be behind 18. Yes. 5 versions. Okay, so
joyee said in the chat that she's +1 to lock to 10.2 if there won't be another V8 LTS by the time we start LTS.
It seems like a good idea. Like it just seems like a good idea. Unless there is a very specific need to update for a bug fix or a new feature or something that could not be reported, then
I think the argument for locking the Node version together with a VA LTS version is that if there is another bug, security bug introduced in the updated VA version that is not LTS, then they want backport security fixes to that branch, and then we'll have to do that by ourselves, and it will be, more work. So it's probably better to just keep it in sync with one via LTS, and they will do the security fixes backports, and we'll just need to keep in sync with that.
How long are the LTS releases supported for?
I think it's
that's in this document.
Every 6 VA versions. So
no, I mean how long?
I
Like,
think it's
So that version 10.2, they say the last refresh, I don't know what that means, will be on March 9, 2023. So it seems to be a bit more than a bit less than 1 year.
I am not entirely convinced. Like, we still have a long time before we have 1 year coverage essentially. So
yeah, so it basically has like 3 months as a long-term support candidate, and then another 6 months as a long-term supported version. So basically 10 months, I think.
So 10 months. Okay, yeah, I like it. Please still leaves us significantly without patches. As I don't think this is improved too much compared to the current situation, to be honest. Like, we have a few months more of support, but not. It does not cover for the full LTS line. I don't know. This is my take, but we can totally block it. It's totally good to lock, but okay, cool. That's it. I don't know if there is anything else on the topic to cover. Do we need to approve this? What's the next step, Michael?
I don't know. I guess I'll open an issue about it because it's still not clear if we really benefit a lot from locking right now.
Yeah, that's yeah, well, maybe. The question is maybe. So it does not, like if it was 2 years or I don't know. That would be. Cool. Okay, startup performance. Joyee.
Okay, so we're currently moving more into the embedded snapshot for workers, and probably will do some work for the VM contest as well, but we'll need to investigate whether that will break the global proxies for VM contexts. I did some investigation into the memory corruption bug in userland snapshots, and it looks like it's unsafe to make the co-cache generator separated from the snapshot generator. So the first step is to merge the two. So NK co-cache is going away, and there is a workaround for the current memory corruption reproductions. That's going to be a V patch, and also we'll need to work on a more complete fix to guarantee consistent read-only space layout in VA. So basically before that, it's possible that adding more stuff to the snapshot could cause a memory corruption. And right now, there's no other way to know that other than doing some checks into the snapshot contents by ourselves. So that's the update.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I could not capture it. So I'm really bad at taking notes, so I can't. I'm sorry about this, but if you can drop a few lines on the notes, that would be great. Or if somebody else can help me with the notes, that would be great.
Pasted the stuff into the notes.
Okay, so yeah, you can key. This covers all the issues that you mentioned over there? There are a few of them. One is starting to include a look into the memory correction bug. Folks?
Just really the update. Any questions or?
No, I think we're good. Thank you very much, joyee. Okay, so I think that's all for today. I have a tiny bit of stuff to talk about in the security, to talk about in the private section. Antoine, there's a question.
Yeah, can we maybe go back to the first item of the list now that I think we have quorum?
Oh, cool, amazing! Thank you for everybody that have voted. So the item on the list, it's the revert or the
revert network interfaces.
Okay, so now we have quorum. Yes, to be honest, we can
decide in the meeting that we want to revert or we want to keep it as is. That would be easier, I think.
Yes. Okay. Anatoli, you are the one that just joined lately, so thank you for joining and giving us quorum. Okay.
Beth as well.
And Beth. Oh, even Beth arrived. Okay, cool. Thank you, folks. Hi, Beth. I didn't.
So, do you guys maybe need context? Or sorry for putting you on the spot like this. So we have a breaking change that landed on Node v18, and a few folks have complained that it was too breaking. So now we're looking if we want to revert it in the Semver minor, and we need the TSC to decide on that. Maybe, yeah.
Is there a reason we're trying to run this in the meeting?
I think it's because there's a release schedule for today, maybe.
Yeah, there is a little bit of urgency, Anatoli, as because we have this is a Semver major change that went out, and our users are updating their modules to deal with the new changes. So if we want to revert, it's essentially now or never.
Okay, with reverting.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, maybe we should get +1 in the chat on.
Yeah, if can you please get me a few +1 with the chat?
So +1 to revert or -1 to keep it as is. 0 to abstain. And Beth, do you know if it will be when does it need to land for to be on time for the release?
I'm working with Raphael on this release. We can push it to like next Tuesday, so that it's good. I think we also need the OpenSSL to land, so we'd like to that anyway. So
not as urgent as I thought.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And me, of course.
Yeah. I think that's everyone. Good.
Okay. Beth, I'm going to tag to put the label on this PR as Semver minor, and with do not backward. Otherwise, if we keep Semver major, I think it's going to break a lot of our automation from previous experiences. Please check if it's correct. Okay. I put a bunch of tags, so labels and tags, so that it's.
Yep. Okay, will do. We should also add notable change because we probably want to explain what we've done there.
Sorry, Nikita says is I see 10 plus 1. Is there anybody that has not approved this? Like, please let me like.
Joy, I don't see.
Sorry.
Joy, do you want to vote? I don't see your plus 1 minus 1.
Yeah, I'm +1.
Okay, good.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, great.
It's official. All right, thank you. And sorry for the late edition.
Perfect. Great. Thank you, everybody. I just want to remember that you can subscribe to the Node.js project calendar, so that will include, you can get notified about these meetings. And perfect. And that's it, guys. And, bye-bye, and thanks for tuning in. Please, everybody, stays on for a little bit of our private section. Let me confirm that.